20-minute workout, special edition, VHS. It's going for 35, 40 bucks. There's only like 8 copies. 40 bucks, FBA, 40 bucks, 40 bucks. So guys, it's out there. You just gotta know what to look at. $40 with 120,000 rank. I sold a textbook for $121.95. I purchased this book for $2 at a thrift store that I have been frequenting since 2014. And this is not the first textbook I have bought at this particular thrift store. I purchased the book at the end of March, sent it in at the beginning of April, and it sold about 4 to 5 weeks later. When I listed the book, it had a rank of 300,000. Currently, the rank is around 75,000. The book is from 2008, so it's not super new, but it's new enough, and there doesn't appear to be another copy, so it is the one being used. It is the 6th edition of the book, Questions That Matter, An Invitation to Philosophy. When I saw the book, very good condition, and it looked newer to me, and then I looked it up and was not surprised to find that it was going for great money, and that the lowest merchant fulfilled price was close to $100. Now, this video is not about just this one amazing, phenomenal sale. $2 to $121 sale, and Amazon paid me $99. So I made about $97 profit off of $2 investment. That's incredible, and that is why I love to sell books. Now, what I want to talk about with the rest of the video is not just this sale, but the other sales that I got on that same day. And that this kind of sale, for me at least, is not super common. I have sold a good amount of books for over $100. I haven't sold 100 books over $100. I haven't sold 50, but I probably sold anywhere between 10 to 15 books in that range, which is not a lot, considering that I sent my first shipment into FBA back in 2014. My point is that I find these books fairly consistently, but not even every week, but definitely every about month to 2 months, I find a book that is legitimately going to sell for over $100, even if it takes a couple of months or even 6 months, but it will sell for that amount of money. And I also occasionally find these types of legitimate textbooks, meaning it looks like a textbook. It's hardcover. It has a numbered edition to it, and it's going for a lot of money. It's currently being used in classrooms. I find a lot of school-related books that are not necessarily textbooks, but are school-related and used in classrooms as well that go for great money, usually over $50. I don't find that many of these hardcover textbooks that often, for me personally, because mostly I go to thrift stores, estate sales, yard sales, and the occasional book sale. I don't buy that many books in bulk, and I do not have a source yet for school-related books. So I know a lot of people will buy pallets of books out there or buy big lots, and they'll find books like this more often, especially if they're getting tons of pallets and they have a warehouse and they're kind of a big operation. And there's even people that are 1 or 2 people businesses who have worked out sources where they get these types of school books or types of textbooks that go for over $100 on a regular basis. And that's awesome. But I know a lot of us out there have not found that connection yet and may never find that connection, but you can still find these books. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is some of the other sales I had on the same day that I made this sale. So I sold this book on May 9th, but on May 9th, and this shows you how good it's been going for me lately, I had 11 sales on that day. And the sales ranged, they're mostly books, and the sales ranged from $4.95 all the way up to $121.95. The book I sold for $4.95 was a book I repriced that was over a year old sitting in the warehouse. So I wanted to get rid of it. That was a book that I paid 55 cents for, and it was a kid's book. And I purchased it back in February of last year. So it's had a long time before it finally sold. And off of that $4.95, I was paid $1.30 by Amazon. So subtract the 55 cents, and it's not much money, and minus a little bit of storage. So it definitely was not worth sending in, but I wanted to get rid of it and get paid something, at least break even. I also sold a book for $5.75 and one for $6.91. Again, 2 books that I repriced last month, trying to move them out of my inventory because they've been sitting there for a long time. I got paid $1.63 and $2.22 on those 2. But once again, it's a little bit of money. It's not much, but it's better than me returning it to myself or disposing of it. So at least I get something for it, make a tiny bit of profit, and move it out of my inventory. I also made a $9 sale, $10 sale, a couple $12 sales, $13 sale, $14 sale, and I also made a $29.95 sale of a book that I bought fairly recently, which was an awesome sale because I got it for next to nothing. I paid 30 cents for that book. I bought a bunch of them at this sale that I stumbled upon, and there were a good amount of these types of textbooks for kids, not for college. And I've sold out on all of those already, and they were all going for over $20, and a bunch of them for $30. I also sold a book that I listed in September of last year for $69.98. So that day was really good. $121 sale and a almost $70 sale. So between those 2 books, almost about $190 right there. That was a unique day, having those 3 sizable sales in one day, but it's definitely something that's possible. But it's not something that happens every single day. The day before, on the 8th of May, I made 7 sales, which is awesome, but I did not make a huge $100 sale. However, I did make a $19.50 sale, a $13 sale, and a $12 sale, and a couple others under $10. So as you can see, even though I made this big sale and a couple big sales on that day, I get other sales. It varies as to how much I'm selling items for. I love making these videos about my big sales because it's motivational for me and for you guys. Especially, I know if I was a newbie, I was just starting, a couple months in, and hadn't sold a book for big money yet, but I saw that I had sold one or someone else had sold one. I knew that I could see that it was possible. So I know it's motivational for others out there, and it feels great for me to have found the book and sold it for that kind of money. At the same time, I don't want to make it seem as if this FBA book selling business is just $100+ books all the time. Unless, of course, you have access to those kind of books frequently, and that's all you're really selling are high-priced books, be they school books or not. And if that's your thing, then this is common for you, and it's not a big deal, and it's weird if you don't make at least a $50 sale. But for a lot of us, that's not the case. So that's why I feel that it's important to diversify your books. If you have found one for $100, great. What about one for $10, or 3 of them for $10, 2 of them for $13, 1 for $20, etc.? You spread it out so that if you make 5 sales in a day of books that are $9.95, but then you make the one sale of $25, it starts to average out. You're able to do well for yourself. And processing a book that's going to sell for $9.95, $8.95, as long as you got it for minimum under $1, hopefully closer to 50 cents, it doesn't take too much time. You scan it, okay, throw it in your basket, pay for it, bring it home. Hopefully it doesn't have too much cleaning to do, or you just can basically list it, put a sticker on it, put it in a box and mail it. You're done. At most, you might have to scrub off some washable crown or pull a sticker off. That's why you like to mix it up. I don't only sell books that sell quickly for $10, $9, $11. I sell books all kinds of price points. Keep your eyes open for a lot of books. I've been sending in a lot of books that are ranked below 20,000. A lot of them ranked below 10,000 that I'm going to make about anywhere between probably roughly $350 profit, because I'm getting them for pretty cheap and they're going to sell quickly, and I'm going to price them to sell quickly. And I know that going into it. These are books that are holding their price at least at a decent level. They're not dropping down to $5, $4.95, that kind of thing. They're staying up more $7, $8 to $10. As long as I'm getting it for 50 cents or less, then it makes sense for me because I can flip them quickly. But then at the same time, I'm finding books like these textbooks, or like the other textbooks for $30, books for $14, etc., $20. I list books for $19.95 a lot, and they sell. Also, most of those were books that day, but I did sell one VHS tape called Spellcaster, which I got for $1, and it sold for $13.25. So again, diversify in that respect too, outside of books, etc. I've told you that before. So I just want you guys to get a realistic idea of what it's like to build up your FBA inventory and the kind of sales you can get on a daily basis. Because I've been working at this for over a year now, consistently sourcing and consistently shipping, and it's paying off. Getting more sales, making more money, getting bigger Amazon payments. These big sales definitely help, but a lot of smaller and mid-range sales are, where I make the bulk of my money. And the day that I find a consistent source for school books, where let's say they're all going for $30, $40 and up, and I'm getting a lot of them a month, that's going to change the game completely. Because I've seen some sellers that mostly do that, and their average sale price is more like $30, $40, which is crazy. If you can secure that kind of relationship and that type of network of people, then that's awesome. Go for it. You don't have to send in as many books, but you can make just as much money as someone that sends in double the amount of books. Work smarter, not always harder. I think you can do both, especially for me. I'm going to do both at this point and find out what works. Hope you're finding some of these legitimately high-priced books that will sell for that big money. For around $100, let's say, or more. They're out there. You just got to find them, especially after school has let out. Definitely hit up all the thrift stores and see what you can find. And let's keep building our book inventory for back to school, which is not that far away. It's basically just the summer away. And we're already deep into May. So we're almost to June here. And then it's just 2 months. And then we're into August. And that's when the fun starts. And basically from August to January, it's just going to be craziness. Lots of sales. There'll be a little bit of a lull in October. But September is great. It was great for me last year. November, and of course December and January. We're getting towards the best time of the year, so we got to prepare for it. And as always, remember, keep booking.
Tata, Mama.